Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Friday the 6th of January 2023. It's a privilege to be here one more time, viewers, and we give God thanks for that. It's the first week in the new year. Some of you may be happy you're collecting your pay today. First pay for the week in the year 2023. Some will be happy, some will be sad, some going to the grocery tomorrow. You never know if things went up in the grocery. But nevertheless, we give God thanks still. So remember, I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. You can contact me at 3391670 or 2677325. You can also contact my South office at 2427690. So Trinidad and Tobago, remember, Real Talk Credit Union is giving you up to 4% on a fixed deposit at the Real Talk Credit Union. We are located at number 14 Carolina Savannah Road in Shoguners. It's our first office. Our bank in the Real Talk Credit Union is in Shoguners. Very soon we're going to be opening one in South. So the people of South, you're going to get Real Talk Credit Union very soon. So those of you who are looking for us on Carolina Savannah Road, this is the building you have to look for. That is the Real Talk Credit Union building together with the Real Talk Group of Company building. Two businesses in one place, upstairs, downstairs. As you can see, it's a 3-story building. So those of you who want to come and join our credit union, you want to be a member of it, it's not a problem. Those of you who want money borrow, remember you have to have some form of collateral in order to get cash borrow. You could use a house, you could use land, you could use vehicle, you could use gold. As long as you are not owing on these items, it's not a problem. We can do business with you. For those of you who don't know what 4% is on a fixed deposit, let me explain this to you. In other financial institutions, they will tell you, yes, you are getting 2% per year on a fixed deposit. Now, if you have 100,000, I love to use a round figure of 100,000 so people would understand. If you have 100,000 on a fixed deposit with Real Talk Credit Union, now, this fixed deposit have to be for 5 years and over. Now, at 4% on 100,000 on a 5-year period, what would you get? $20,000 interest on $100,000 at the end of 5 years. Now, what I want you to do is to calculate your percentage that you are getting at another financial institution on that same 100,000 and compare the difference. That is what I want you to do. Compare the difference and you would know if the interest rate that you are getting at that present financial institution that you have a fixed deposit on, if it's worth getting. Or you want to break that with the little 1% you're getting and take your money and bring it to Real Talk Credit Union where you can get a 4% interest. Imagine that, eh? 4% per year on 100,000, it's $4,000. It's $4,000. Where are you getting that? Nowhere. Nowhere you are getting that. And very soon the people of South will be able to share this kind of benefit that Real Talk Credit Union is putting out for you. Very soon, very, very soon, you will be able to get it. Take your time. Check out your calculations at other financial institutions and the fixed deposit rate that you are getting by them. And see who's better. Remember, times are getting hard. And you would love more money or a higher interest, a higher rate at your cash that you have presently in the bank. So as we move on with our program for tonight, viewers, I know some people in Trinidad and Tobago are very angry and upset right now because of the fact that who is going to be our next president of Trinidad and Tobago? some individuals are questioning ourselves if we're supposed to source an outsider, somebody who is not politically motivated into any party, or who is not a member of any party, or who is in politics. Listen to this. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali have stated that Senator President Christine Kangaloo will be nominated by the government next week to be the country's next president, the head of state. Kangaloo had previously acted as president. The PM confirmed this earlier today during a press conference following a meeting between the government and members of the opposition at the Diplomatic Center in St. Anne's. Listen to this.
We indicated to the team, the opposition team, that we had done some consulting as well, both in and out of the government. And having done that, we did come to the meeting with a name. And we are satisfied that that name is somebody who fits the bill, qualified, and can do the job. And the name that we advanced to the opposition was the person who is now sitting in the capacity of President of the Senate, and that is Senator Christine Kangaloo. We made that name available officially to the opposition, and we indicated that the government, having nothing else to consider from the opposition and having done our own considerations and having the deadlines to meet and the requirement to follow the Constitution, that we will be supporting Senator Christine Kangaloo, and we will meet all the requirements of the law going forward. The opposition indicated to us that they would want a little time to consider it.
Now, viewers, the opposition, however, has requested more time to nominate a suitable candidate. Opposition leader Kamala Prasad-Biswas said discussions were cordial, but was skeptical about Kangaloo's lengthy ties with the People's National Movement, the PNM. When questioned about potential conflict, Dr. Rowley stated that the PNM as an institution does not subscribe to the views that if you have been associated with the PNM, you are disqualified from taking the office of the president. Listen to this.
The PNM as an institution in this country does not subscribe to the view that if you have been associated with the PNM, you are disqualified. As a matter of fact, when we met to discuss this same situation with the opposition leader then as Prime Minister, at that meeting I went with Senator Faris Al-Rawi, I think it was, and Marlene McDonald. And we went with a name, unlike today. We had a name, because we did our job and we thought, who could we offer to the government for consideration? And we offered a name, a very distinguished citizen, who we had sussed out and who had agreed that if his name was put up here. And we were a little taken aback when one of the members of the government team said to us, that's a real good name, that's a real good person. But since you raised that, we can't consider it. PNM doesn't do that. PNM doesn't do that. So we do not believe that because you are, so some people try to say, if they want to denigrate somebody in this country, it's a PNM. We are very proud of our party. We are very proud of the decades of service in this country. Individuals who have served us and the country in good stead far outstrip the one or two persons who may have fallen short in any way. So we are very proud, and we expect that a person going into office at any level, being identified as having been associated with the PNM, represents the best of Trinidad and Tobago.
Parliament week's term ends in March, and the Electoral College is due to meet to elect her successor on January 20th. So Trinidad and Tobago, are you satisfied with the decision that the Prime Minister have taken to allow Christine Kangaloo to be the next president of Trinidad and Tobago? We are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, our phone lines are open. 238-6716 is our phone lines to open, viewers. I want to hear what you have to say after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also find us on Facebook at Realtalk Credit Union.
Realtalk viewers, Opposition Leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar has described the decision of the government to nominate Senate President Christine Kangaloo for the position of president. They see it as an attempt to undermine the democracy of Trinidad and Tobago. So are we going to side with the opposition leader, or are we going to go with Christine Kangaloo being the next president to govern Trinidad and Tobago? What did our first president do? Was she active? Was she active, or did she just lay back and collect a hefty salary with benefits? So what is the role of the president really in Trinidad and Tobago? Because we hardly saw this one. Do we need a president? Are we wasting that finance on somebody that is not really active? Why waste that salary? Why waste that benefits when somebody else could inherit it? Somebody in a more active position. I want to hear from you tonight. Persad-Bissessar addressed a news conference earlier at her Charles Street office in Port of Spain, but said the opposition was not yet ready to name its nominee. Listen to what Kamala has to say.
I will share that with you at a later point, because I think protocol-wise I would like to share it with the Prime Minister, so I'm still focusing on that matter, but we do have a name, and I will share it at another point in time.
You have got one name in mind?
Well, we have several, but there's one that we have agreed upon. Choice, in my view, further exemplifies the fact that the Rowley government doesn't have respect for having critical and independent persons, non-partisan, or as far as possible, non-partisan persons sitting in such an office. The Prime Minister has attempted to convince us this morning, and he may have done it again in his press conference, that she is, what is the word, apolitical or apolitical, not political. Oh, please, This lady has been in active politics from way back when. Anybody, some of you might be too young. She contested the seat for the PNM in Pointe-a-Pierre years ago, when Mark was the UNC candidate. She became a cabinet minister thereafter. She was an opposition PNM senator. Yes. Yeah. Her family is in bed with the PNM. The whole clan. The whole clan from Mr. Garcia down to the, whoever I don't want to call their names, to the family. They are in the bosom and from the body and the bowels of the PNM. And you want to say apolitical?
Is there political conflict? Is there political conflict? Why didn't the PNM look for someone not affiliated with parties? Somebody with a stronger background, like another judge, another high court judge, or some big time lawyer. Why not? So is this political conflict taking place in Trinidad? We don't know. I'm asking you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, are you satisfied with Christine Kangaloo being the next president of Trinidad and Tobago? Remember, she did turn down discussions in the House many times when the UNC raised important matters. And remember that? How many of you remember that? How many of you remember when we had the COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago for almost a little more than 2 years? There were many instances that she turned down motions. You don't remember that? So is she going to be fair? We don't know. Is PNM going to be favored through the president or the next president? We don't know. Caller, good night. Hello?
A very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good night, sir. You're live on Real Talk.
Right. So, as president of the Senate, in my opinion, she was impartial, biased, and arrogant at sometimes, and even sometimes a little bully. In my opinion, she is not the right candidate for that position.
Remember, she turned down a lot of motion that the UNC would have raised in Parliament.
Exactly. So she will just continue the puppetry of the PNM. If I had to nominate somebody for the president of this country who is impartial, who is the most correct person for this job, it would be Justice Frank C. Prasad. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, feel free to call in tonight and let us know who is a more suitable person to be the president of Trinidad and Tobago. But I will tell you something, there's a lot of people in high places with some, let me tell you something, the background with knowledge big. It's huge, well educated. Well educated. So I just want to ask this question. If the opposition is okay with this, do you think the PNM is going to be favored 100% by the president, the newly elected president? This is something I'm asking you. This is something I'm asking you. Remember, we still have to pick a commissioner of police. Keep this in mind, Keep this in mind, Trinidad and Tobago. Keep that in mind. Listen to this now. Bisasa, she stated that the UNC met and insisted that it would not support a sitting politician. I would support a non-sitting politician also. However, Prasad Bisasa said that the Prime Minister was adamant that his candidate was Christine Kangaloo, even though she stated that the opposition rejected Christine Kangaloo as a nomination or the nominee for president. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saieed.
Hello?
Hello, good night. Hello?
Yes, go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Good night. I'm calling from Canada. I'm watching your show. Christine Kangaloo is not fit for any office whatsoever because she is very arrogant, biased, and what should I say again? So I think the government is making a mistake by wanting to put her as president of Trinidad and Tobago. She's not fit for any position whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, and you have a nice evening.
Thank you, my friend, for your comment. Now, Prasad Bisasa, she argued that the choice of Christine Kangaloo demonstrates that the PM does not have respect. Does not have respect for a person sitting in such a high office. Listen to her.
I will share that with you at a later point because I think protocol-wise I would like to share it with the Prime Minister. So I'm still focusing on that matter, but we do have a name, and I will share it at another point in time.
You have one name in mind?
Well, we have several, but there's one that we have agreed upon.
Anything you can tell us about the background of the person? Are they from the judiciary? Are they from a lawyer, doctor, entity? I don't know.
I think it will be a good candidate. The person will be a good candidate. The person doesn't belong to the UNC nor to the PNM. Doesn't have bosom or bowels or come from there, but a capable, competent person. As I say, I would prefer that we finalize that process before I share the name, because these are private citizens that we would not want to have their names jumping up without finalizing the process.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, I'm going to say this. If the opposition wants to raise a powerful fight, I would use the term fight, not meet me on the pavement, you know, but a powerful battle into not electing this candidate to be president, they're going to have to come good. They're going to have to come good. The battle will have to be strong. The forces will have to be strong in order to shift her. Take what I'm telling you. Take what I am telling you. So here's the reason why I asked this question. Why didn't the PNM elect another judge or retired judge? Why take someone from the Senate? And according to Prasad Bisasa, you heard earlier, she went up for a candidate in a general election for PNM. So is it fair to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to have a president or the next president of Trinidad and Tobago being a candidate of a political run? I want to hear from you tonight. Is that fair to us? Caller, good night.
Good night, sir. How are you going?
I good. How are you, my friend?
Okay, I'm fine. Now tell me something. Do we really need a president in this country?
Tell me this.
And if we do need one, name 5 of the very good deeds that the last president had done to uplift the poor man in this country.
It's sad, you know. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
Prasad Bisasa called on all right-thinking citizens to support the government or to say to the government that this nominee is unacceptable. Now, the reason that I would not support her is because she sits in the parliament. When the UNC raised motion, she turned down. She turned down. So why do we have someone sitting in the parliament going to be the next president of Trinidad and Tobago? Paula May Weeks, retired judge. She was not sitting in the parliament. No. A total stranger to the parliament. So why, Christine? Why? So we are going for a short commercial break, viewers. Short commercial break, but when we come back, Gonzalez, 200,000 TNT customer can still benefit from rebate. We're going to talk about this after this break.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Grony, Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also find us on Facebook at Realtalk Credit Union.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, if electricity rates increase, the 200,000 households are going to benefit from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission rebate program, will be able to continue benefiting from the program depending on their electricity consumption level. Remember, those of you who are paying 200 kilowatt, you're going to have an increase of $13. $13. Now, Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez states that the government has not taken any decision to rescind or amend the program. He was responding to issues raised by UNC MP Barry Patharat, who was crucial of the Regulated Industry Commission, RIC, and asked whether households currently benefiting from $300 rebate on their electricity bill would continue to get the grant. Now, Gonzalez stated that the government has not taken any policy or any policy directive to rescind or amend the rebate program, so which means they're going to continue. But the thing is how many people are really benefiting from this? Can we get a spokesperson from TNTech to verify that 200,000 people will be benefiting from this, or are we going to take the word of Marvin Gonzalez? Are we going to take the word of Marvin Gonzalez? Is there someone in TNTech or someone working in TNTech that is affiliated with this? Could they call in and let the people know, well, hey, yes, Saeed, there are really 200 people that will be benefiting from it. I mean, this is information the public needs. We just can't take the minister's word for granted. We took minister's words in Trinidad and look what happened. What happened? Oh, don't forget what the Prime Minister said, my government is not going to shut down Petrotrin. Serious? What happened? Are you forgetting? What happened? Don't forget. Now, he said, the Utility Assistance Program is geared towards helping senior citizens, persons with disability, low income, and other vulnerable groups who cannot afford to pay for water and electricity. And 14,000 citizens are already beneficiary of this program. We need somebody, some spokesperson or somebody representing Tech to come out in a media briefing. You see, this is being real with the public. This is being real with the public. This is what I want to see for the fellow Trinbagonians. Is there someone in Tech to come forward? This is what I want. I don't just want to take the minister's word for it. I don't. We want to figure from Tech that how many persons are really benefiting from it. Let Tech give us that detail. Are we going to see it? 14,000 people that is already benefiting from a program that is geared towards helping the senior citizens with disability, low income, and other vulnerable groups. Who are these groups? Who are these people? That is why when I come here from 7 to 8, I don't just come here to put on a show. No. I come here demanding facts from the proper agency, details, document, figures, so we the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago would understand, well, yes, the minister did say 200,000 people are going to benefit. Yes, a representative from Tech said approximately 200,000 people is going to benefit. That is what we want. We want solid facts. I am not taking minister's word for granted in 2023. No, I'm not going to do that. I am not representing the opposition. I am not representing the PNM. I am not representing no party. Who I represent? The citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I am a mouthpiece for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who demand answers, who demand details, who demand figures, who demand production. Are we going to get that? Or are we going to settle for Marvin Gonzalez's answer? So hopefully over the weekend, somebody from Tech, maybe they're going to see the show, or somebody's going to tell them, and hopefully by Monday we're going to have some representative representing Tech to confirm this. Let me tell you something, 2023, I am not going to take the word of no minister. None. We took the Prime Minister's word and 5,000 people lost their jobs. The Prime Minister's word we took. And what happened? We are going against PNM, you know. No, don't get me wrong. We're talking the facts. This is what real talk is all about. The facts. So if you don't want to hear the facts, and you don't want to hear the truth that is happening in your country, well, let me tell you something. Be my guest and turn your television off. Turn it off. Because Real Talk with Saieed Ali currently stands at the #1 current affairs program in our country. In our country. You know why? We bring news to you in a different way. We bring topics that need addressing in our country. That is what we bring. We don't bring something that, oh, the bush need cut inside in the road. No. On the roadside, no, we don't bring that. We don't bring that. We bring topics that the citizen would love to discuss. They want to see a change. That is what we want as citizens. And are we going to get that from those in authority? Are we? Is your councillor representing your area? Is your MP representing your area? Are you getting quality service from Tiantec Wasa? Are you getting quality service from Works and Transport? These are the issues that I bring to you. Moving along. The 5 LMCS divers who were sucked into a 30-inch para-fuel trading company pipeline removed the inflatable plugs that caused the tragedy when they were supposed to be on lunch. This claim from PARIA, Health, Safety, Environmental, and Quality, led Randall Archibald, who claimed that men returned from their lunch break early to remove the plug. He said, this is why PARIA designated supervisors. Now the supervisor is Houston. Listen to this. Who is a Kingston employee, could not oversee their action to stop them. Archibald stated that according to another Kingston employee, also contracted by PARIA, Andrew Dobson, the LMCS worker resumed work without informing PARIA. Oh, listen to this.
Mr. Majad Singh was aware that Andrew Farah was supervising this activity 100% of the time. It is a contractor HSE requirement for the contractor supervisor to be there 100% of the time. Based on that requirement, I would say that Mr. Majad Singh's visit need not be as frequent as every hour, and possibly maybe even 2 hours might be sufficient. However, in this particular instance, it is almost irrelevant how frequently he should have visited, because when they broke for lunch was when the plugs were removed.
When they resumed work after lunch?
PARIA did not know that they resumed work.
Why not?
We were not informed.
No, you mean Mr. Majid Singh was on his 2-hour break or doing something else?
I don't know if he was on a 2-hour break.
Right. So you're saying, as far as you're aware, that when the work resumed after lunch by LMCS, you, PARIA, were wholly unaware of the resumption of that work?
Yeah. Right. At least that is the evidence from Dobson.
Now, viewers, he said, Marjad Singh was supposed to check in on the LMCS employees every 2 hours. But Jeremy Lynch Casey said that could not have been satisfactory supervision of such a dangerous task. Lynch asked if Archibald had been prepared to sign off on a permit to work for the job without knowing Houston. Hey, let me tell you something. I'll listen to this video. Run that video, the director.
All right. You knew who he was?
Yes.
You knew his competencies?
No.
You didn't know his competencies?
No.
You were content for him to sign a work permit for these, what can only be regarded as hazardous works to be done, and yet you didn't know his competencies?
No, the technical and maintenance department, according to the permit to work process, as well as the hiring process.
I follow that, but you're in charge of safety, health and safety at this site and for these works. That's your job. You're the top man. Buck stops with you, with health and safety, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right. And you're saying that you were content for Mr. Marjad Singh to sign off as the applicant for this work permit,
yes,
doing these hazardous works without knowing his competencies.
I accepted the assessment by the technical and maintenance department and was satisfied with it.
Let me tell you something, we're bringing more of this on Monday. We're bringing more of this on Monday. Paria has maintained that LMCS did not have permission to remove the inflatable plugs on that day, while LMCS said the removal was discussed and outlined in its method statement. Archibald was also grilled. Hey, let me tell you something. This is a real bacchanal, you know. This is a real bacchanal, you know. Question by Lynch, if a review was done on if Houston was capable of supervising of the job, Archibald stated that no review was done. Take a listen to this.
Right. The technical and maintenance department assigned Mr. Marjad Singh to supervise the execution of the job.
What does that mean? Sorry, what does that mean? They assigned him, Mr. Marjad Singh, to do the job. What does that mean?
To supervise the execution of the job?
Yes.
They put him in charge of being the applicant. And the duties and the roles of the applicant are outlined in 5.1.
Can we take it from that they would not have appointed him if they did not believe he was capable of supervising the execution of the job?
I could assume that, yes.
Has there been a review since this has happened?
Of?
Whether he was capable of supervising the execution of the job?
I'm not certain.
Well, I don't know what that means. I'm not certain. You're the HSE head, aren't you, at Paria? Has there been a review since this happened as to whether Mr. Marjad Singh was someone capable of supervising the execution of the job?
The Paria did an investigation.
No, I am familiar with that, but I want to know from you, as the head of the HSE, whether, look, whoever's responsible, whether there's nobody responsible, something went wrong, because 4 people died, right? So I'm assuming you, as head of HSE, would want to ensure that whatever the position is, it doesn't happen again, and that the personnel who were in charge or responsible for the undertaking of these works were the right people to do it. So has there been a review, to your knowledge, of whether Mr. Marjad Singh was capable of supervising the execution of the job?
Of this job?
Yes,
no.
This job.
As far as I'm aware, no review was done for Mr. Marjad Singh, on Mr. Marjad Singh, whether he was capable of executing this past job.
All right, but as far as you're aware, no review has been conducted by Paria as to whether or not the man who was to supervise the execution of the work was fit to do so.
Correct.
Was Houston Marjad Singh capable of supervising this job? That is the question. That is the question. Was he capable? So we're going to know. We're going to know on Monday. So I'm looking for these people. Rodney Harry. I'm looking for Rodney Harry. Rodney Harry. Would you contact me, please? I'm giving you till Monday, Rodney, to contact me. And you see this car? I'm giving you till Monday, Rodney, to bring this car for me. I am going to tell the public come Monday night, if that car, Rodney, is not in my possession, I am a serious businessman. I am very serious. You don't play games with me. Rudinath Singh. Rudinath Singh. Please contact me. We have unfinished business. Please. I will post up your pictures until you contact me. That's just me. When they do business with me, keep your end at the bargain. Keep your end at the bargain. I'm looking for Frankie Mansing. Frankie. Frankie, contact me. Otherwise, come Monday, your picture going back up on TV again. Hey, let me tell you something. When you're doing business, do business straight. Do it straight. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. We have a call on the line. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead, darling.
My name is Shamira Williams, and you can contact me after the live, please.
You want to talk to me after? Not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
They're going to give you a number to get in touch with me.
Good night.
Thank you. So Trinidad and Tobago, hear this, eh? Paria HSE manager, Randolph Archibald, came under fire on Thursday for not giving enough urgency to rescue attempt to save 4 divers who were trapped in a pipeline in Paria Berth 6. During questioning by CEO Chairman Jeremy Lynch KC, Archibald stated that he attached no time frame to the attempt to rescue the men, and he did not think that within the first 24 hours was unreasonable to continue with rescue. Really? I wonder if he was down there. If he was down there, you think the statement would have been different? You would have been expecting somebody to come. He said he did not know the size or number of the air pockets present or how much went in, as no calculation was done on how much air would have been left in the pipeline. All listen to this.
I really can't speak for the dive teams, but I did not...
No, I'm not asking you to.
I did not think that within the first 24 hours was unreasonable.
Within the first 24 hours, you really thought that there was a prospect that these men would still be alive in a pipe apparently filled with fluid, at least most part,
we
with
were
fluid.
continuing with rescue efforts until Saturday evening. I don't know the shape of the line. I don't know how much air went in.
You don't know the shape of the line? You're Paria. You should.
I don't know how much air went in.
How much air went in?
That's right.
Well, should have any air gone in?
Well, we could possibly have worked out how much air was in the chamber, but we don't know how much air was in the line, and I'm assuming that's what you mean, that is the total quantity of air.
Exactly. You're sucking in everything that was in that chamber.
Caller, good night.
Saeed, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, my dear.
All the best. Saeed, all these people shouldn't even be outside. These people should be locked up already. Mr. Lynch is the man for them. You see what these people drawing salaries to do, Saeed? Thousands of dollars plus perks, plus fancy cars, jacket and tie. You hear? These people don't care about nobody. All they're interested in, they live the rich life, right? They drive the best of cars, they eat and drink the best, and to hell was with poor people. Those fellas have families. And I like what Mr. Lynn said. He wants the family to come there and say what they have to say.
Yes.
I am sorry I was not one of the relatives. I would make real headlines when I finish with them inside there. You understand? This thing touched the core of my body. You hear? Because this is murder. I don't care how they put it, when they put it, how else they want to put it. But this is capital murder, Saeed. Capital murder. That these people had the gall and gumption to sit down and play the answer in Mr. Lynch like he's not supposed to ask those questions. You see their composure, Saeed? No remorse. No remorse for those deaths down there. You hear? That was caused by these irresponsible heifers and them. You hear, Saeed? In poor taste. This is in poor taste, and I hope the family get up and come there and give it to them. Thank you, Saeed.
Thank you, my dear. So hear this now, viewers. COE, Council. Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj noted that Archibald had initially advised the team that in order to attempt a rescue, there must be experienced diver with communication devices present. He asked, why once these things were present, the company had not attempted to do a rescue. Archibald said he was told by acting technical lead Catherine Balkisoon, who was present on Bird 6, that no plans have been presented for a rescue dive. Imagine that, eh? No plans presented. Archibald stated that he did not know that there were any divers willing to traverse the horizontal part of the line, because after the first dive, they were only able to get in 10 feet into the pipeline, which was an effort to go further, but no one came forward to say, I'm willing to dive. Hey, all listen to this.
We did not have divers who were willing to traverse the horizontal portion of the line. Is that right? As far as I know, as far as I believe.
I thought you told Mr. Maharaj earlier that you knew that there were divers who were prepared to do that.
I understand that there were commercial divers present, but the traversing into the horizontal portion of the line, I don't know if there were any of the divers that were actually willing to go down. When we had no time after the first dive, where they reached up to 10 feet, at no time after that did any of the divers come with any plan, or we were not able to get any plan from them to go into the horizontal portion of the line.
Right, okay. So you knew that someone had been into the pipe and had gone a few feet into the horizontal?
Yes, yes. I think we might have heard about that night, I'm not so sure. But we know that they dived into the line.
They think they're not sure? 4 men stuck in a pipeline, and you think you're not sure? Where are the safety officers? These men them went down to work in a line. They're supposed to have safety officers. They're supposed to have supervisor. They're supposed to have manager. You're supposed to have medic. You're supposed to have divers standby in case anything happened to go down there. Come on, Trinidad and Tobago. If I am talking nonsense, tell me. Tell me. You not sure? You think? Sad. It's sad. Where was medic by chance? Where was supervisors? Where was managers? Where was a standby diving team in case something happened? We're talking about in a pipe under the ocean. So you mean nobody was on top? Nobody on the platform? Come on, get real. Get real. 4 divers got into difficulties. And that man saying no diver came forward to dive. Or let me rephrase that. No diver came forward willing to assist. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. That should have been one of my family. All their story would have been changing day after the next, you know. Take what I'm telling all you. So we're out of time for tonight, viewers. But nevertheless, I'm Saieed Ali. You are viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. There's a rerun of this program Monday morning from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monday will be the 9th of January. We're going to be right back here live from 7 to 8 p.m. Remember, we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. So until I see you on Monday, viewers, be careful when you're drinking. Don't end up in an accident. Don't end up in the hospital. Don't end up in the police station. Keep your head on your shoulder and make sure your eyes open on the road. Have a safe and eventful weekend. Until we meet Monday, the 9th of January for another live episode of Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Ila anta makar ila endeza alta matur uba Allah. Put God in front of you this weekend. Good night.